Alright, welcome back. This week, while I'm painting, I want to talk about something that I'm trying to figure out at the moment, and that's being confident while I'm painting or doing anything creative in general. As always, a quick disclaimer, I'm not some expert on confidence or anything I talk about, I'm just sharing my experience. Also, there's timestamps down in the description if you want to skip around. So over the past week, I've had some time off, and one of the things I've been thinking about is what separates the paintings that I do that I like and feel like are going in the direction that I want my art to develop in, versus the ones that just fall flat and feel a bit meh, for lack of a better word. And as I was thinking about this, I noticed that one of the key differences between the two was the level of confidence I had when I painted them. On the ones that were working and felt like they were making progress, I was confident the whole way through, and I was most importantly willing to take risks and push the painting too far just to see what would happen. Whereas on the other ones, the ones that didn't work so well, I started off confident, but then as things started to work on a sort of technical level, I was less and less willing to take risks and to push it too far and to see what happened. When I first started learning to paint, I thought this would go away as I got better just sort of naturally, but that's not really happened. While I've definitely gained confidence in my ability to paint something more technically proficient, as I've learned the rules of painting, I've started to be less and less willing to break them. And when I first started learning, what I wanted to do was learn the rules so that I could break them properly and do my own thing with it, not learn the rules and then be afraid to break out and do my own thing. And I don't think this is a problem that is unique to me. I remember I spoke to some amazing artists who used to teach, but they'd actually just stop teaching completely or just move to teaching every now and then. And one of the reasons they said they reduced the amount they taught was because their students were becoming sort of knockoff versions of themselves. The students would come, they'd learn all of the rules and the way that person painted, then they wouldn't take that extra step to bend and manipulate them and play with them to make it their own. So as I was remembering this, I realised that I'd sort of fallen into the same trap and I didn't have the confidence to break the rules. So after I realised this problem, I wanted to create an exercise that I could do to get me out of this fear of, doing my own thing. And that's what this painting is. The whole purpose behind it is just to push it too far and just basically mess it up. So I just wanted to start a painting as normal, and once I'd got everything blocked in, a good sense of, proportion and light and a bit of form, then I'd just start basically doing things that could potentially mess up the painting. I wasn't even trying to make something aesthetic or good, I was just trying to mess up a little bit and just get used to what that felt like. And to me, when I was doing this, it was really important to give myself permission to do a really, really bad painting. I told myself that it didn't matter if the painting came out rubbish and was a complete failure on basically every level. As long as I was trying to push it too far and basically trying to get comfortable with breaking the rules, as long as I was doing that, then the exercise was a success, regardless of what the painting actually came out like. One thing I did to help with this and give me a little bit of extra confidence going in was I did a quick 1 hour study of the same reference first. This just made me feel a little bit more comfortable because I'd already figured out some of the technical problems and had an idea of what the more challenging parts of the painting were going to be. So that was basically the exercise, doing a little sketch first and then doing a painting where the whole purpose was to just break some of the rules, push it too far and mess it up a little bit. As far as how the exercise went, the first thing I would say is that it was a lot of fun to paint this way, just to be completely unfocused on the outcome and just focusing on doing what I wanted to do and experimenting and messing around was loads of fun. And by doing this, I definitely gained some confidence, particularly when it came to fixing mistakes. For some reason, when it comes to painting or just creative stuff in general, I always tend to think that if something's working, it's just because I got lucky. So therefore, if, I make a big mistake, I think that then that painting is just completely beyond repair because the only reason it was working in the first place was partially luck, and the chance of getting lucky twice in a row are pretty slim. And it's really difficult to try and create freely with that mindset because you're putting so much limitation on yourself before you even start. And also, it's really just not the case. Like, let's say I'm trying something out and I just distort and mess up half the face and I don't like it. I can just go back in and repaint that face. It just takes a little bit of time. And that seems super obvious now, but it really wasn't before I did this exercise, and it just feels really great and freeing to realise that I do have that sort of capability to just go in and fix those mistakes if I do end up not liking it. Looking back at the painting now though, I do think that I didn't really push it anywhere near as much as I would have liked to, but I do know that from the confidence I've gained just from doing one of these paintings, that if I did this exercise again, I'd be willing to push it a lot further. So that's something that I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to keep on doing this exercise at least once a week and just see where that takes me. So the final thing that I got from doing this, and again this is to do with confidence but in a different way. So for ages I've had all these ideas that I've wanted to try, but I've always felt like I've not been skilled enough to try them yet. I've always said I'll get around to it when I'm better, but I've been saying that to myself for years, and each time I improved I just kept on pushing that time further and further away. But after doing this I just thought, what am I waiting for? There's not some magical skill level that I need to be at before I can try things. So after I completed this painting, I went out and I bought myself a little sketchbook, and the only thing I do in it is try out ideas. And it's just been so much fun and so rewarding to do that, and I can't wait to just go back and paint some more in it and just keep on exploring all these ideas that I have that I've not been trying out. So that's my little ramble on confidence, I guess. I'd love to know if you do anything creative and if this is something you've dealt with and anything that works for you. So let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please consider dropping me a like and subscribe if you'd like to know when my next video comes out. Take it easy.